Oh, sorry.
All right.
Yeah, there's the cultures have been here straight through.
Are we going up this way or not?
We're not going up this way, so go ahead and you can just stay right where you are if you want, or kind of come up here, but don't go any farther than.
Well, what they want to see.
Yes.
Hey, we can stay there. I want to get a picture of someone.
This one just goes back to the road. We're actually not going to go any farther than this, but it curves around and goes back to the road and then goes back. So
And how far?
in about a quarter of a mile or so. Okay. But I would encourage everybody to go back this way, just because it's a little bit easier. So these petroglyphs, people are asking, what do they mean? It's kind of a disservice, almost a disrespect for me to interpret the petroglyphs, because these are ancient Hohokam petroglyphs, and no one that's alive today has an ancestor of what we're sure is Hohokam people. So these are they're old, and we can only guess what they mean. If you look around, some of them are very obviously like water or a waterfall, and you can kind of see the squiggly lines. But I like to say that petroglyphs are a little bit like when we make signs on the road that have a hamburger and French fries, or like like they have a silverware symbol on the road. Well, it doesn't mean there's silverware up ahead. Or if you say hamburger on a sign, doesn't mean there's a McDonald's up ahead. It just means there's food up ahead. So these petroglyphs, and you see different symbols used in different places all over the Southwest. You can kind of see where, oh, that was a petroglyph I saw in the Grand Canyon. So they kind of repeat. They could be more symbols of giving an idea of, warning, or maybe telling someone where water was. But they could also be telling a story. The water may say there's water here, and this is a good source of water. And it is when it rains. These indents, they fill up, and we call them tanahas. And red-spotted toads are actually, eggs are laid, and they're actually born, hatched, tadpoles, and then turned into toads, all in a matter of weeks, right here where we're standing, where there's no water right now. In the summertime, there's a whole breeding colony of toads. So they definitely were saying, okay, there was water here, but whether or not they were telling a story, whether or not they were just an informational thing, or if they were, warning someone that there was a big waterfall that came through and swept someone away. Now, those are things that we can't know, but we can just look, and I just think it's pretty neat that we're able to look and take pictures and enjoy. The more you look, the more you'll see. There's some right there up above Smitty, and there's some to the right, more like waterfalls. There's a few on that rock right there, and there's a lizard, a really cool lizard one down there. George can probably see it, and I think it's behind those trees there, so it might actually be overgrown this time of year.
Oh, right here.
So that one's a little bit harder to see. And then over here, there's something like a hunting symbol. It looks like almost an arrow, like a warrior, a minotaur, even the medicine man.
Was this part of the Pemberton Ranch as well?
This was part of the Pemberton Ranch. And if you, back where we were eating lunch, it actually says HP. That doesn't stand for Hewlett Packard. That's for Henry Pemberton, and it has a date there. I think it said 1925. So it is actually saying basically that was Henry's signature. So that's the only historic petroglyph we have, rather than the ancient petroglyph, or prehistoric, as the rest of these are. So that basically the HP is graffiti, but people argue that petroglyphs are graffiti. It's all in the eye of the beholder. Isn't this a beautiful place? How old are the petroglyphs? Probably like somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500 AD. This is a great place to come. We're actually in the preserved land right